Welcome back, students. In this video, we're going to look at halogenation, but with alkynes this time. Remember when we looked at halogenation with alkenes, we saw that we added something like bromine or chlorine in some inert solvent, right? This CCl4 is an inert solvent, meaning it's not part of the reaction. It's just there to solubilize things. And two halogens added across the pi bond. If we had an example that was considering stereochemistry, those two halogens would have added opposite one another, which is what we called anti. What about when we have halogenation of an alkyne? Let's start by looking at if we utilized bromine but had excess. Remember that this is one abbreviation for saying you have plenty, is writing the letters X and S, which mean excess. So if we had two equivalents or excess Br2, what would happen is we would get boatloads of bromine. We would get bromine, 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 bromine everywhere, right? We'd add a total of 4 bromines across those 2 carbons. Now, there's no stereochemistry to consider here because you don't create any chiral centers. Because you're adding 2 of the same group to a single carbon, right? Each of the carbons that could have been chiral centers have 2 bromines on it. There's no stereochemistry to consider. But what if we changed it a little bit? What if we had only one equivalent of the halogen? Then what would happen? Well, in this case, you would actually end up with both the cis and the trans product. So you would end up with your halogens adding this way, and you would end up with another product where your halogens added this way. The one that's the major product is going to be the trans. Is major. And the cis is minor. Let's wrap up. In this video, we talked about how you can add 2 halogens across the pi bond. That if you start with 2 equivalents and you're utilizing an alkyne, you're going to get 4 halogens adding across that triple bond, and thus there is no stereochemistry. But if you add only 1 equivalent, then you get a total of 2 halogens adding 1 to either side. That means that you're going to get a mixture of cis and trans products, where trans is going to be your major. Thanks so much for watching. This is Katoni signing out.